I'm a bag of fun.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Craft Beer Republic. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for joining. I am Greg. I am being joined by the best in the world, Flexi. Flexi, how's it going?
Hey, knock, knock, who's there? It's Flex, and I'm doing great.
My favorite knock-knock joke of all time. And also joining us in studio, because I like drinking with people, is our other favorite person, and I hope she has a good knock-knock joke ready. It's Coley.
I don't have anything prepared.
Neither do I.
I feel so lame. I'm sorry.
He's just showing us up at this point.
I should just go back downstairs and drink with Shannon or something.
Yeah.
I'll excuse myself.
Go have that guava beer you brought over.
Oh,
Ooh, that
See you
sounds
next
good.
week.
sorry.
Does sound good. I can't wait to try it. Welcome in, everybody. This is the Craft Beer Republic. We have a lot to get to tonight. Before we do that, I just want to mention on the socials, don't forget to follow us, Craft Beer Republic. Don't forget to hashtag Show Us Your Beers. Rate and subscribe on whatever podcast app it is you're using. Helps other people find the show. And don't forget our Tavor promo code is unfiltered if you want to get some change back from your purchase there. I'm so excited. We have some beer science to get to. Nicole and I over here. I am a little timid for our beer science, if you will.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm hesitantly excited. There we go.
Okay.
And I'm intrigued now.
And I'm even more excited to find out what Flex is drinking, because I have a huge surprise for Flex that comes on the heels of a discussion we were having with Deb last week. So, Flex, are you ready to tell us what you're drinking?
Yeah, let's get to it.
All right, well, in that case, let's find out what Flex is drinking.
In a world where craft beer is king, a world where muscles are bigger than growlers, only one tongue can guide us. One man, one tongue, one tongue jobber. In this world, we must find out what is Flex drinking.
Oh my god.
Oh, I've been sitting on that gem all week.
That was the best thing I've ever heard in my life. One tongue, one jobber.
One tongue, one man. I can only imagine sending the script off to the voiceover guy, and he was like,
Holy
"What the
smokes.
fuck am I doing?"
He's like, is this a porn?
Well, and his ad specifically says like no adult material. And I'm like, I might have to explain this a little bit.
You actually had some guy make that.
Yeah, I had like the movie voiceover guy knockoff person make that, and then I
Holy
mixed it all
shit.
together with the music. So
That's going to be my new ringtone.
I'll send it to you. I've been looking forward to that for a week. Oh my god! I've been sitting on that for a
Thank you
minute.
so much for that. I'm going to have very good dreams tonight.
Whoa.
Well, tongue jobber, of course. I'm going to be
Yes.
drinking beers. That's what I meant.
That's right. Well, the movie guy wants to know, what is Flex drinking?
All right. Today, Flex is drinking a collaboration brew. Really shocked to see it at my local spot. It's a collab between Mason Ale Works and Beer Zombies.
Oh.
So that's
Sounds
pretty
great.
sweet. Yeah, it's actually a pretty damn good beer. It's called Nelson Revengeance. The can reads, it is a hazy double IPA, and it is a brew solo hopped with Nelson, which if you listen into the show, you know that that's my favorite hop of basically all time. On Untapped here, it says it comes in at 8% ABV. It has a collective 3.99 rating, just a touch under 600 ratings, so not terrible. And the description reads, absolutely bursting with Nelson. This collaboration single-hopped IPA with our friends over at Beer Zombies is exploding with the gooseberry and tropical flavors that Nelson is known for. All late addition hops and dual dry hops also get rid of any potential bitterness, leading to an absolute juice bomb of a hazy dippa. So, on the nose here with this one.
On the old sniffer there.
The nostrils. Purposely didn't trim my nose hairs today so it could really absorb the aroma.
Sure.
You know what I'm
really
saying?
get them in there.
Yeah, that's what the Cicerones do.
They have long nose hairs.
They never trim them ever.
Those aren't
they don't.
those
Yeah.
aren't mustaches. Those are nose hairs
No,
for
yeah.
sniffing the beer.
Yeah, they got to suck
That's
it all
why
up.
my nose doesn't work. I wax mine.
Oh, ooh,
Oh,
that
yeah.
sounds painful.
No.
It's not. It's not bad.
Oh, I
Yeah,
just
whatever.
have the trimmer thing.
Well, back to non-painful things.
Yeah, please distract us.
The aroma on this, it's a bit warming. You definitely get a touch of this gooseberry. This is not the first time I've seen or smelled or tasted the gooseberry in Nelson Brews, which sounds super
Gooseberry
weird.
tastes like gooseberry.
But yeah, you kind of get a little sense of like alcohol, a little warmth in the aroma. So here we go. We're gonna dive in with the one and only tongue jobber.
One man, one tongue jobber.
All right, so it drinks real light, real smooth, not a lot of carbonation. They're right with the bitterness. There's no bitterness in this at all. The flavor is a little bit faint, so you can't really put your nose on a single flavor, a bit tropical. I'm sure that gooseberry's in there.
Keep looking.
I can't find it. But the lacing on this, you guys know how I am about the lacing.
Yes,
Leave
it's,
some
it's one of your biggest things.
Some sexy ass soapy lacing.
What's the alcohol on it? Did you tell us already?
8%, and you'd never guess it.
Okay, solid DIPA range.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's a very good beer. I understand the 3.99 rating. It's not overly flavorful, but I mean, all in all, it's a damn good beer.
Well, I'm super jealous you got that Beer Zombies collab of any sorts out here in SoCal. They are not easy to come by.
Yeah, and I was gonna say it was strange because everybody knows what their artwork looks like, you know, the
Right.
zombie, the
Yeah, it's
hop
really
beard,
cool.
just nuts. So when I walked into my local spot and I saw it sitting on the ground, I'm like, I don't care what this tastes like or what it's rated, I'm getting this because on the
Hey, you have to find out for yourself.
well, and with the
Research.
flex ratio, the can art to the ABV to the price, this sucker fit the mold perfectly.
Oh, it fit the algorithm.
Oh, perfectly. 8%, $17. Some of the best can art you get around with Beer Zombies.
17 for a 4-pack.
Yeah, correct. 17 for the
Okay, I was
4-pack,
like,
not one beer.
Be
No.
expensive one-off beer.
Yeah, seriously, that's not the greatest ratio, but I'm glad we discovered
to
that.
clarify.
Yeah.
No, I would never do that.
Very nice. Well, hopefully we get some Beer Zombies out here. I want to do some research with that.
Yeah, me too.
Before we get to our beer science, have some things to discuss. First of all, last week we were talking about like what's your entrance musics and stuff. This was all prompted by the hopeful return of one of our favorite, Flex and I's favorite, CM Punk. And last week, if you watch wrestling at all, CM Punk did return with the best entrance music in the biz right now. But that begs the question, Nicole, what would be your entrance music if you could play one every time you walked into a room?
The Jamaican air horn. Coley in the house, mother truckers.
You need someone to announce you?
Yes.
On repeat, that would just be horrible.
You just have somebody walk in front of you. Here comes Coley.
Yeah, I don't know. You know, it's funny because I listened to last week
Mm-hmm.
and I did mull it over a lot and I couldn't even come up with one.
Yeah, and your husband was texting me about his wedding entrance music and how it was almost one song. And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Which you guys totally should. I can't remember the name of the song right now. Is that?
It was I do.
Yeah.
But it was like this horrible kind of vulgar rap song. And I'm like, whatever. I mean, we're only going to get married once. I mean, I want Nick to be a part of it and whatever, if that's what
Yeah.
he wanted. And we changed it to Bruno Mars.
Yeah, the wife wasn't too cool with me coming out to Stone Cold's entrance music, so Foo Fighters it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well, I'll take the air horn as an acceptable answer. Every
Thank
time you
you.
walk into work, that'd be great.
It would be great.
Yeah,
I'm a bag of fun.
you are. And if you don't know by now, you apparently haven't been listening to either show, but Coley is a part of the Booze League podcast over there. In fact, the best part of the Booze League podcast. But I have to ask, how's the punishment beer going?
Yeah, you guys were supposed to do something, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Suns lost.
So apparently,
Bucks won.
per last week's episode, I don't know if y'all have listened yet, Wiley went to 18 liquor stores
hear that.
looking for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not like we've put in a lot of effort. I guess that's what I want to say. Like, it hasn't, I don't want you to think anything's gone unnoticed or like we have been putting in effort. I had checked online. He said there's some issue with like Molson Coors and it doesn't distribute out here. So,
I believe that.
unless you
Yeah.
want to send us some Flex, I'll pay you shipping. Well, I won't. The commish will.
Put it on his tab.
I got roped into this thing. I did not volunteer. I didn't even consent. I just got roped in.
Right.
So
I feel partially responsible for that.
it's fine.
Well, you should.
Your name was left out of it.
I mean, I know Wiley brought up Jaeger as well. I'm down with Jaeger, but Jaeger is, I'm sure, 1,000 times easier to drink than a Milwaukee's Best or
Easily,
something
yes.
else that somebody I'm sure someone's going to bring up some shitty malt liquor that's like $1 a can, and I'm
Funny
gonna
you
cry.
should say that. Our friend Beer Girl Melissa, she said this early on, and we kind of talked about it, and I thought, no, Milwaukee's Best is funnier. But then she reminded me, she goes, remember, Old English is everywhere, and it's very shitty.
I mean, I think I'll be on the floor.
I'll allow it.
I'll probably start crying. Then I might vomit. Then I'll start slurring.
Sounds like a total normal weekend.
Just make sure there's buckets everywhere on the ground,
Sure.
It just sounds like
take
a hurricane of disaster.
Sounds
Well,
great
after
for
listening
us.
to after listening to Wiley lie about going to 18 different spots, I did Google
Shots fired.
I did look it up. You can go to Molson Coors website and look for places that sell it.
Okay,
I thought this is gonna be the only way we find it.
sure.
And I typed in our area, nothing came up. So I believe him, and I believe you. And so then I just brought in the search. There were 2 liquor stores in Compton that sell it.
I will not be heading out to Compton. I choose life.
I will not be forcing you to go to Compton.
Thank you.
But that's how hard it is to find. So I can see that there's an issue.
Again, we got roped into this thing.
Mhm.
It's on whatever you guys choose. I will hold up my end of the bet. And look, Big Dick Nick's birthday is this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe I'll just get a little pep in my step and I'll do it on his birthday and show everybody that I can hold up my end of the deal.
There you go. And Flex, as the official representative of Milwaukee to us out here, we'll need you to we'll need you to approve whatever beverage punishment we come up with, because
Well, I
for
mean,
the Bucks winning.
with the research put in and the actual physical research put in by Wiley, so he says.
Right.
I mean, I'll allow it. I'll allow some really shitty beer because I don't
Okay.
think if I'm gonna send Nicole any beer, I don't think she's gonna want me to send her some Beast Light. You know what I'm saying?
What a waste of shipping.
Exactly.
waste of
It's just not worth
everything.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, we want to bet, and that just feels so good in itself. So if they just drink some shitty beer, it's Flex
and
approved.
not okay, good. And not Budweiser shitty, but real shitty.
Do I have to pound the whole can? Aren't they really tall? Aren't they malt liquor and they
What?
fuck you up quicker? Isn't that the whole thing?
I don't know. Are they tall boys?
I don't know.
Like 40s?
It feels like that to me.
40s
I
I'm
was
scared.
We're gonna play Edward 40 hands with
I'm
old
scared.
Milwaukee.
I'm legit.
the
nervous
original
about this.
tall boy.
Yeah, so maybe we'll get it on video this weekend so we can prove that you've held up
I will do
your
it.
end of the bet that
I
you were dragged
promise.
into.
Scout's honor.
Okay, we'll find something. We'll run it by Flex. We'll get this handled.
Okay.
You already have my stamp of approval.
Thank you.
Stamped.
I can sleep tonight. That's
The
all I need.
bicep gabble has been pounded.
And thanks to Beer Girl Melissa for the suggestion on the Old English. If anybody else has any
Yeah, cheers.
real
thanks.
horrible beer that you think would be
Mhm.
easy to get here in Southern California, let us know. We'll do some shopping this week.
Yeah, and a quick shout out to Mel too. She's awesome.
She's a badass.
Beer girl Mel, Melissa. She's the best for real.
Yes, go do all the following and all that stuff.
Beer fit freak and a half.
Yes, yeah, she's crazy.
Oh, she's the best.
And speaking of your boss, the commish over at the Booze League, last week there was a lot of controversy over a voicemail we received.
Oh, yes.
Deb was dead certain that it was the commish. Flex, I think you were on board with Deb, thinking it was.
Yeah, it sounded so much like him.
Yeah, here's that voicemail if you guys missed last week.
Hello, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the tone.
Hey, what up there? Your show's hilarious. Thanks for putting out your phone number, and much success to you there, guys. I want to try those beers.
So there you go.
The first 3 or 4 words are Wiley, and then it changes, and it is not Wiley.
The much success was confusing.
Yeah, there was no jabs at the end or anything.
Well, and
Yeah.
can't wait to try those beers. It's so are you making a I don't know. It was a very awkward thing for Wiley to say. Not like whoever's listening, I'm not calling you awkward, just the relationship that Wiley has with us and you and everybody, and it was just be an awkward thing for him to say.
Yeah, there's usually shit talking involved.
Sure.
Yeah, and there was
because he calls you like the Kraft Suds oligarchy or something now. There's some weird like oligarchy
I heard that on the last
deal.
show, and I decided I'm never listening again because it was so weird and not funny.
It made me giggle. I got a little giggle out of it.
But I did text him before the show released because I couldn't have him knowing about the bet. And he confirmed that it was not me or not him. And then he got offended that we thought it sounded like him.
Because you sent it to him to listen to?
Yeah,
but
I sent him the voicemail.
It sounded exactly that first part, like Nicole said. It sounds exactly
and he went on
like
to say, which is what I said, like he's like, there's no inside jokes at the end. I'm like, yeah, we would have been talking shit.
Well, but then you'd think that might have been part of the ruse, calling in and then just...
He can't help himself, though.
Yeah, I guess. There's
no way he can't just one little jab in there, like calling us the democracy or oligarchy or whatever,
Sure.
The red state. I don't know. Just has to get one little in there.
But I mean, I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So
still sounds exactly like him.
So not him is the moral of that story, and that means Deb has to drink whatever you end up drinking.
Oh,
that was the bet.
Oh, well, hot diggity, Deb.
Well, now Coley, all you have to do is send Deb on a field trip to Compton.
I could never do that to Deb.
City
We're
of
homies.
Compton.
Deb and I are homies. I love myself some Deb.
And then finally, I want to mention our friend Davis out in Denver texted me the other day after listening to the show when we were talking about, it was last week or 2 weeks ago actually, when we were talking about old fashions in Wisconsin. He said, meant to message you guys about the old fashioned discussion last week. As a former bartender at a supper club in Wisconsin, ask Flex, brandy is king in Wisconsin. I've made thousands. Corbell says that Wisconsin consumes half of their total production. I was in Wisconsin this last week doing lake time up north, also ask Flex, and had a few, but I prefer brandy old-fashioned sour. Sweet is too much. When I attended bar at the Hyatt in Irvine, which is here in California, whenever someone ordered a brandy old-fashioned, I knew where they were from. P.S. A whiskey or bourbon is better, way more tasty.
Yeah, supper clubs are a big thing here. It's like, it's like, I guess they're kind of...
Isn't it like a dinner get-together?
No, supper clubs are like usually like around a 4-star restaurant, and it's not like a steakhouse or anything like that. They do have steaks on their menu, but it's just like a little higher class where like the older folk tend to go. We actually have one in the little city I live in.
So he was right.
Yeah, so I can totally understand what he's talking about.
That's so funny. Well, I've never been to a supper club before. Do you have to like join? Is there a membership?
No, it's just literally what it's called. It's like going, like, how certain restaurants are called like diners. It's like...
Oh, it's just like the category of restaurant?
Yes, exactly. That's all it is.
Huh. All right.
But, yeah, like I said, they're usually a little bit, higher class. You don't just wear like jeans and a t-shirt in there. And,
slacks. You wear slacks and a button-up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an older person, fancier dinner
Sounds like a throwback.
attire. Yeah.
Yeah, and you go in with 2 people and you're minimally spending like $100. So if that gives you any indication, you guys live in California, so I guess it doesn't really give any
why I
indication
thought-
Go to
at all.
sushi, we're easily dropping $200 for the 4 of us.
Yeah.
But we also drink a lot. So there's that.
Truth.
So, yeah, but I
all
mean,
right,
so
well,
yeah, so 2
so
entrees.
Davis has your back.
Yeah,
He knows all about
yeah.
them brandy old fashions.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie with him. I do prefer like a whiskey old fashioned myself. But
Glad to hear it. Very
Yeah.
glad to hear it. All right, before we move any further, I think it's time to get on the lab coats.
Oh.
Let's do a little beer science.
From a bottle, from a can, why don't people understand my inebriation? Beer science.
We are sciencing with some pickle beers today.
I am beyond excited because I drink pickle juice when I'm hungover. I will drink it straight from the jar and it helps me. I don't know why.
That's your jam.
I love it. So
it's something with the electrolytes in it, right?
Well, there's
Yeah.
salt, yeah. Which is an electrolyte.
The Deuce Staley, the old Eagles running back, used to drink a bottle of pickle juice before every game.
All right.
Really?
How funny.
Yeah.
I bet it fights off the cramps.
Probably does.
That's
yeah.
exactly right.
Well, I happen to have a pickle gose, and I was showing Nicole. I was like, look, I'll save this for you when you come over. And she's like, I have one too. And they weren't the same. So here we are. We're doing some pickle science. I'm going to read the two that we're reading. You go ahead and dig in and let me,
Does it matter which one I try first?
You know what? I have Martin House listed first, so go for that one first.
All right.
So first up is the one Nicole brought over, and that's Martin House Brewing's Best Made Sour Pickle Beer, 4.7%, has 31 IBUs, and a 3.53 on Untapped.
Ooh.
And they say, Gose with pickle juice. That's it. Very long description.
Can we just make a quick note that she's drinking it out of a red Solo cup?
Oh,
okay. Can I make a quick note that Greg asked if I wanted to be trashy tonight, and I was like, let's be fucking trashy.
Yeah, we're always trashy. I took the pictures in like the nice glass, and I was like, well, shit, I got to distribute this out to everybody. I was like, do you like being trashy tonight? She's like, sure. And then the second one we're drinking is 903 Brewers, and that's a pickle gose. 5.7%, has a 3.39 in Untapped, and their super long description, pickle juice gose made with Popkins pickles. Popkins pickles.
No, 903, is that in Texas? I'm sorry.
In fact, they're both at it.
They're both in Texas, right? Okay, that's what I thought.
Whew. That Martin House
I like the
smells
Martin House best.
spicy. I'm digging
It is spicy. It has more of the actual pickle juice flavors and aromas. It's delicious.
Is it the red can Martin House?
No, it looks like a pickle jar. It's like green. It has like little colored pickles on it.
Because that's probably the most popular pickle beer I know. Martin House. I see it every.
Greg,
he doesn't like it.
Greg hates the 903.
They actually do have a spicy pickle version from Martin House.
What? I need that. If you ever see it,
I got some Texas people I can hook you up.
Thank you.
Coley's here for it.
Okay, so I would like to say the 903 one, it almost just tastes more like sour cucumber with vinegar.
Uh-huh.
Where the first one had a lot more flavor.
Yeah, so that Martin House, and maybe we should start with the 903 because it is worse, and it maybe would have been not as bad if we started. Anyways, so Martin House smells spicy. Smells like you stuck your nose into like a jar of spicy pickles. Mm-hmm. And the flavor, I wouldn't call it spicy.
No, it's just very flavorful.
And you're right, it does kind of, it's like there's more pickle juice in that one. It tastes like drinking pickle juice.
It tastes like carbonated pickle juice with alcohol.
It's like a seltzer pickle juice.
And I will say this to piss Nick off. I'm here for it. He hates when I say that. I say it all the time now just to make him angry.
Well, how does he feel about pickles?
Oh, he likes pickles, but he thinks I'm weird for drinking out of the jar when I'm hungover.
I used to do it when I was younger.
Really?
Oh yeah.
It's delicious.
It's not.
If I'm eating from the jar, it's peanut butter. All right, the 903 smells just like it's not super strong.
Ooh, it smells like a cucumber brine.
Yeah.
It really, which I know pickles are cucumbers, but they're not done enough.
Oh, but the taste.
It
tastes like a Bud Light with a hint of pickle juice in it. Like it tastes like a real shitty beer with the other things you mentioned, like the cucumber, like all the elements that would make pickles, but they didn't combine into a pickle.
Yeah, it's not like the other one has a more briny taste, and this isn't as briny.
Yeah, like the Martin House would drink again.
Oh,
not often because pickles aren't my jam, like they're your jam. But like it's fine. It's not bad.
It's fun.
Yeah.
It's what do they call it? Gimmicky, but it's fun.
Yeah. This 903, on the other hand, I'm not even gonna finish. Like,
I was trying to drink it first so I could drink the good one second, but I think I might just put my red cup to the side.
903, my apologies, but this was my first introduction to your beer, and it is so bad.
I've had a couple of theirs from Tavor, so and they're like they're sours, and they're actually
from
not
who?
that bad.
Good.
They're good. 903 or 903.
Tavor.
Oh, Tavor. Sorry, my bad.
And if you're getting some beers from Tavor, promo code Unfiltered will get you some money back. Yeah, I can't with this 903. Oof.
Oh, the Martin House is good.
It's the Martin House tastes like pickles. Like it's what it's supposed to taste like.
It gets you right in here. It's very sour, like very tart. It's like it gets you.
Yeah, it does. This oof.
That sounds good. Like I said, I've seen that beer around a lot, like through the beer community and everything, and I know it's very popular, and so it's nice to hear that you guys like it. But also Martin House, I had a bubblegum sour from them 2 weekends ago. Dude, it fucking rocked.
That sounds incredible.
It was like drinking liquid bubblegum.
Whoa.
There was like
I'm here for that.
There was like a weird, like Double Bubble.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's kind of what it was like drinking a little chew of double bubble
That sounds delicious.
with like a little bit of like a tiny bitterness to the end of it, but it was fucking amazing.
Interesting. Wow.
That I want to try. As I cleanse my palate with just about anything I can find. We've been trying to rename our crazy alcohol laws from other places, horribly unnamed segment.
I like what you just did there. That was really catchy.
That was not bad. Yeah, that was. It took me 5 minutes to spit out, but we got it there. Flex is a genius, and he came up with Ludacris Libation Laws, and I think that's absolutely perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And in honor of Coley being from the great state of Pennsylvania,
Thank you. Yes.
here is one of your fucked up laws from PA. 6-packs are sold only by bars, cases by beer distributors, and wine and liquor at state monopoly stores. Therefore, it's impossible to buy beer and spirits at the same location. The same is true of beer and wine.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Really?
So you gotta drive all the fuck over if you
Yeah.
want more than one type of booze.
State stores are for spirits. My cousin actually works for the state, and he was working with the state stores in Pennsylvania. And when they would come out to visit, they thought it was the craziest thing that in Rite Aid or Save On or wherever, the
store.
grocery store, that you can buy beer, wine, and spirits all in the same place on any day that you want. Because you used to not be able to buy it on Sundays. I don't know if that's still the case.
I don't know. I think it is. And I know in Utah, that's the case. I've talked about on the show. I remember
Yeah.
going to Utah for the first time. My buddy on Saturday was like, we better load up. I was like, why? We got plenty. He's like, because we need it for tomorrow too. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's how Indiana is too, the whole Sunday
Yeah.
thing. I used to
Get
have a buddy
outta
that
here.
went to school there, and they would drive to Cincinnati on Sunday just
Is it
to
a long
buy
drive?
Yeah, just to buy hooch, and then
Oh, geez.
drive back in Indiana.
There's something I haven't heard in a long time.
Hooch.
Hooch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I use the term hooch all the time, and I got this 19-year-old college kid who works for me, and I was talking about drinking hooch the other day, and he tilted his head and just kind of stared at me with that, what the hell did you just say look? And I was like, hooch, like booze, like beer, like alcohol. And he was like, well, why don't you just say that then?
Oh God, he sounds like Nick. Do you want me to slap him?
Please.
She's already triggered. The whole hooch thing makes me think that's something your mom would say.
Yeah,
I could totally see
my
her
mom or
yeah.
Laura
Yeah.
calling it hooch for sure.
I could totally see them saying that.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be
Or
funny.
getting drunk. I used to have this old guy who worked for me. He'd call it catching a jag. Have you ever
Catching
heard
a
that?
what?
Catching a jag. Like a JAG.
No.
No, never heard that one.
I'd see him, next day and be like, hey, how you doing? He's like, I'm hanging in there. Caught a jag last night. I was like, what does that mean? And he goes, I tied one on. I was like, what does that mean? He's like, had a couple drinks.
Question remains.
Had a couple drinks last night. I was like, oh, well, why don't you just fucking say that?
That's
now
funny.
and now
I've
I'm
never
that
heard
guy.
the jag.
Yeah.
Now you're the old man.
We even tied a few on. What are we? What's tying? What are we doing?
When you tie one on, it's like you got drunk
I
the night.
haven't heard
yeah.
that.
Really?
Yeah, you tie one on and it means you really went to town on some drinking. The first time I heard it, I thought it meant masturbating. Really tied one on last
Let's
night.
tie
I was
one
like,
off.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. But I'm also a sick fuck. So, speaking of sick fucks, this is a great transition. As if the world needed another hard seltzer, Pepsi and Boston Beer are teaming up for a Mountain Dew hard seltzer.
I'm out. The beer industry has officially crashed.
Yeah, that's
goodbye,
shark.
everybody.
Yeah.
I heard about this about a year ago. Being that I talked to a lot of sales reps, being in the retail industry, and
sure.
at first, what they were going to do is just come out with mixers. So PepsiCo was going to come out with let's say a margarita mixer. So you add this to tequila or this to vodka, and then they just totally flipped the switch and are now jumping on the seltzer bandwagon.
Because everybody is.
Well, yeah. Do you want to know how I feel about that?
Do tell.
I fucking hate seltzers.
Well, I fucking hate Mountain Dew, so
Oh, Mountain Dew's
God.
the
it is
best.
the worst soda. I can't even believe it's still around. I hate it. It's just a cup full of sugar water.
Yeah,
It's like-
I loved
it's
it as
like-
a kid.
It's my
hated it
cross to
always.
bear. Absolutely, my cross to bear
Ugh.
for sure.
You guys.
And Fountain Mountain
I don't
Dew,
drink anymore.
just fuck.
No.
me.
The can. It was all about the can.
Ugh, Fountain Mountain Dew.
Dr.
We went-
Pepper.
Oh, Dr. Pepper in the fountain.
Dr. Pepper's better in the fountain.
Lord have mercy on my soul. Delicious.
Yeah.
It's like Diet
The worst
Coke,
thing
too.
they ever invented was unlimited refills.
How did you feel about Mr. Pibb?
It was an acceptable replacement, but not nearly as good.
Okay.
Like if it's all they had, I'd drink it.
I was just curious.
But definitely not the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, cheap knockoff.
So you know how Dr. Pepper is supposed to be 23 flavors? Have you ever mixed like 3 to 4 flavors of soda?
No.
It
Oh,
tastes,
yeah,
it
suicide.
tastes exactly like Dr. Pepper.
I used to just go and do all the sodas, and they called it a suicide, and it just tastes like shit. But I was a
We
kid
called
and
it
I didn't care.
Swamp water. That's what it is.
It's
Oh.
probably more accurate. I texted the wife who tried our pickle beers before we recorded,
what did
before
she
we tried
say?
them.
Yeah.
She said she didn't hate either of them. They were more herby than she expected. She couldn't have a whole can of either beer, but I could definitely see them curing a hangover. That's what she
See?
So there you go.
I do think, even though I like the Martin House, a full can of this would just tear my stomach up.
Yeah.
I'm already getting a little like ready for a clean beer.
Yeah. Coley walking in that bathroom.
You guys, the air horns is great.
It makes everything awesome.
She'll change the definition to tying one on.
Tying one off.
Dropping one off.
Oh my god. Oh my god, you guys.
Sorry. The FTC, not to be confused with the FCC, who won't let me be me, so let me see.
I'm so glad you did that.
I'm in the house.
It was playing in my head, but I couldn't get it out.
I wonder how badly I fucked it up.
Nah.
The FTC is investigating a partnership between GoPuff, who bought all the
Bevmo.
Bevmos, yeah, and Uber, and whether it's limiting competition with online sales of alcohol and convenience items. So basically, they're like creating a monopoly, and now
Yeah.
the FTC is wagging their finger. So we shall see.
I saw a commercial for that Drizzly, though. Remember
Oh,
you were
yeah.
talking about the Drizzly? So
Mhm.
we just had a commercial on it yesterday in Wisconsin. So apparently it's now legal to deliver alcohol in Wisconsin.
I haven't seen any commercials, but I
Well,
get emails like
cheers
almost
to
on the
that.
daily for it.
Yeah, I saw it. And I was thinking about downloading the app or whatever to try it out, and then
I figure there will come a time where like we're over at Coley's house, tying one on,
Or off.
or yeah, well maybe
that's after
or
everybody's
getting-
sleeping.
Yeah, or what is it? Getting on a jag or whatever,
Yeah.
And,
Catching a jag.
catching a jag, and we're gonna need like a refill. Like somehow we'll hit that keg or whatever. We're gonna run out of beer, and we're gonna have to try Drizzly out. I see it happening.
I do too. I've heard it's crazy expensive.
I feel like you're undermining Coley and Big Dick Nick here. That if you kick a keg at their house, that they're not going to have a backup keg.
They usually don't have backup kegs. There's no room for it, but
Yeah.
there's always backup beers. But we've definitely been responsible for kicking some kegs in the middle of parties before.
We kicked 2 in like 2 weeks. Like we kind of went
Did some damage.
insane.
Yeah,
I don't know. We-
Researching.
The COVID-15 came from those like 2.5, 3 weeks of kicking 2
15
kegs.
gallons. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad. I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ron. And then finally, for more things we didn't need in our mouth, Goose Island announces their 2021 Bourbon County lineup, and one of them is cola flavored.
That's like worse than Mountain Dew at this point.
Yeah, I think
That
I'd have the
just-
Mountain Dew seltzer over the cola flavored Bourbon County.
I just hate seeing or hearing anything Goose Island.
Here.
I really do. And even the Bourbon County series or the whatever the fuck up. I don't seek them out like most people do. My brother-in-law, like 2 days after Thanksgiving last year, he's like, "Hey, I got you a bottle of this." And I was like, "Oh,
Thanks.
thanks."
That was thoughtful.
No, it was, and he's great. He really is. He knows I'm really into beer, so whenever he sees something, he will pick something up for me. But it's
Since
still,
you didn't pay for it, how was it?
oh, I still haven't had it yet.
Oh, okay.
He's aging it
Yeah,
for this Thanksgiving
that's-
to share.
Yeah. Maybe next year we'll pop it open.
I'm excited. I've never had one. No, Goose Island. What I have had from Goose Island has just not been that good.
We've
So I've never-
had a couple of the Bourbon Counties.
Yeah.
They're fine. I mean,
From
You
what
know-
I hear, they're not worth the hype.
no, they're really not. And that was the thing. Like, they were really hard to find at one point. So Nick and I'd be like, "Oh my God, we found one," and we'd get it, and it was, $20-something dollars for
Yeah.
a bottle, and that was not impressive.
Well, this year the big release is what, like Black Friday?
Sure.
Sure.
Well, okay, so the big release for that is Black Friday, and sorry,
Is that
I
where
thought
they tie one off.
I thought you guys would know that, but no. So it is around here, at least it's Black Friday. And I saw people posting like Costco having it like 4 days later and just like selling it for like $12 a bottle. So like,
well, there you go.
It's just now, I mean, they're a mass producing beer company.
Well, it's Budweiser.
Well, yeah. So now they just mass produce their most famous series, and it's whatever. It's
shelves
whatever
now. Yeah. Bevmo had it well into the year.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've never picked it up, and that's the thing. The fact that I've just walked into like a Total Wine or a Bevmo and seen it before, like clearly, they're overproducing. Well, not overproducing, but just the hype's gone.
Well, just think about how much money they make off of it, and that's clearly what they really care about.
Yeah, people are still chasing it down.
Yeah, so good for them, I guess.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
That is the bottom line. That's
because who? Because Stone Cold said so.
Oh, hell yeah. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks for joining, and thanks for putting up with our shenanigans, even our evil shenanigans. Find us at craftbeerrepublic.com. Find Coley at IceColeBeer _ after each word there. And also on the Booze League podcast. Find Flex at FlexMeABeer _ in between. And everybody go say hi to Vanessa while you're on the gram.
Hi, Vanessa.
Ooh.
Hi, Vanessa.
Wow, that got real sexy. I think that's it. Oh, no, it's not everything. 805-538-BEER is the number to call. And say your name when you leave a voicemail. Do us a favor.
Don't pretend to be Wiley.
Let's get back to those drunk stories. If anybody has some drunk stories,
oh, yeah.
really like to hear them.
Something sans clothes or something like that. So, anyways, hope everyone out there is staying very well hydrated. And on that note, good night, everybody.